transition to a new leadership. That is truly something that I would like to congratulate you all for that. And to end, I just want to congratulate the incoming leadership, those who were re-elected and those who are newly elected. I will be here to support you, to ensure that you successfully deliver your volunteer role. So again, congratulations to all of you, the chapter members, the outgoing leadership and the incoming leadership. Truly look forward to working with you to promote the mission and the vision of the Internet Society in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Victor. And just so we know, I'm not alone here. The EXCO is a team of people. EXCO members on the call, please introduce yourselves. If you're not speaking, please mute your microphone.
Adebomi Adeola for the transcript, PRO for the next few minutes. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Caleb Ogundele, your program secretary for the next few minutes. Outgoing program secretary. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Awal Hassan Tata, the outgoing Secretary General of ISOC Nigeria Chapter. Thank you.
Good morning, all. Good morning, all. My name is Dr. Mary Jane Sule, outgoing treasurer.
Okay, Baloye, if you'll be nice enough to mute your microphone. Bashir Mohammed, your hand is raised. You have a question or a comment?
Yes, please. Good morning, all.
Please go on, Tom.
Mine is suggestion. I think it's a good idea if anybody speaking show put on his video or her video so that we can see the face. Though it's online, but I think it's good that we should see the faces of people talking. It's just a suggestion.
Thank you for the suggestion, Bashir Mohammed. You would find, however, that some people are joining the call from places where they'd rather not be showing everything that is there. But for anyone, if you're able to change, if you're not able to share your video, maybe if you can change your display picture so that people
It seemed we lost Dewole.
Yes, we did.
Can you continue, Alhaji Tata?
Yeah, exactly. And again, sometimes one of the reasons why people hardly put on their video is because of the bandwidth that they are exposed to. Most of us are actually using bandwidth that is actually very slim. And when we add videos onto it, we realize that our audibility now becomes very, very difficult. So to an extent that people cannot even hear what we're saying. So most of the times, that is the reason why people do not put on their video. In any case, I'll try to put on mine so people can actually see my face. Let's see how that goes. Oh, I'm this screen sharing my, okay. So just to continue the meeting, you get to see my video this now. I will just to continue the meeting. The next thing that we're going to have is supposed to be a welcome remark, of course, an introduction of dignitaries, which we've actually done by the outgoing president. And the next thing we're going to have will be a report by the outgoing ISOC leadership. Dewale Ajao was supposed to do that presentation. However, I don't know whether he's back.
Information, Mr. Secretary, sir.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you. Adebumi Akimbo for the transcript. Thank you, sir. Adebumi Akimbo for the transcript. I want to advise that everyone should switch off his video at the moment. It's going to affect a lot of things if we keep our videos on. What we normally do now is that we allow those who are hosting, or sorry, those who are panelists who need to speak to actually put on their videos. And then at the end of the program, we all switch on our videos to take a picture. So, but at the moment, it's not a panel discussion. So I advise everyone should please switch off their videos so that we can have a smooth running of the AGM. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Akimbo. Let me just give a small rundown of the reports that we're going to have. I don't have it written officially because I expect that the president will have that. However, since it's not available, I can just go ahead and just say one or two things that we do. Over the last 3 years, we the outgoing ISOC executive were sworn in, and we've done a lot of work in our own rights. We worked as a team, and we were able to achieve some of the things that we did. One of the things that is notable among our achievements is that we held several webinars to educate and inform members on happenings, things that are happening within the internet ecosystem. And we tried as much as possible to see that we can get Nigeria chapter involved in a lot of the things happening both locally and globally. We virtually participated in all chapter turn competition right from the beginning, right from 3 years ago. Every year we have a chapter turn competition that we participated, even though we didn't win that, at least we participated, and our entries was actually among some of the ones that were featured quite all right, and we are happy about that as well, even though we hope that the new crops of ISOC executive should be able to provide for us that. The next thing that we achieved was in the area of Beyond the Net grants, where we applied for virtually all the small grants, all the small and medium Beyond the Net grants available, and we were able to win a large grant that was last year. And we won that by featuring a program called the Zaria Community Network, which is still ongoing. One of the reasons why we've not been able to complete that particular project is it has to do with the lockdown that was introduced just at the point of implementation. We were at the verge of implementation. We started implementing some of the sites. Then the lockdown came up, and we had to vacate so that we don't get locked out in Zaria, all of us, because all of us are actually not from Zaria. Most of us are not from Zaria. only a few of us were from Zaria, so we had to leave the location and actually go back to our various locations. And you'll bear me witness, it's just recently that the lockdown was lifted up, and we had to go back and try to see what is actually happening in Zaria CN. We've started, we've been convened, and we have been able to bring up some of the sites. We were able to get the local content up and running. And again, we have been able to get the Nigerian chapter up to a level of a mega chapter, which means that, which is the second to the highest level that can be attained by any chapter in the world. I mean, within the space of 3 years, we've been able to do that. And I think that is actually an achievement. And I hope that KLM and team will take us to become gigabit chapters. And to a large extent, we have been able to, for the first time, our working group, our policy working group, was able to present a kind of a paper in an academic conference where they presented and the paper was actually published, and this is quite an achievement. And we give kudos to the chairman of the policy working group, and they've done really great in that particular aspect. And we created several other working groups that have been up and doing, all in the spirit of getting members involved in the activities, so that it doesn't look as if it's just the officials or the experts that are actually doing things. So we had the members engaged through the working group in some of our activities, and some of those ones that have been involved in this will bear us witness that that has been done, and we thank God we've reached that. And I hope that the working group will be expanded also to probably integrate the academia also into some of our activities, so that we have a kind of bridge between the academia and the world. I believe the new cross of executive are actually lucky, because it's not just a new set of people coming in, but we also have a kind of balance between old hands and new hands. And they, I believe, will come together with the old ones will educate the new ones about happiness, and the new ones will inject new ideas. And I believe ISOC NG will now go to greater heights. So that is perhaps what I have. I don't know if Dewale is still available to chip in things that I have missed. I believe the financial group also we want to see one or two things, and to tell everybody what the situation is regards finances and probably some other activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Awal Tatama, able Secretary General. So sorry, what I thought was reliable connectivity is not behaving itself at the moment. Just very quickly, I only came back a moment or two ago, so I'm not certain what's been covered. But specifically, I just have 2 or 3 points. The first is to appreciate the entire EXCO team. Without this council, the few things that we were able to achieve with the support of the members, we would not have been able to do it. And I thank you very, very much. For those who do not know, nobody is paid to be an EXCO member, not even refunds for your connectivity or anything. So it takes a great deal of sacrifice to say, okay, you've seen what the situation is like with the state of internet connectivity and accessibility in Nigeria, and you want to take some of your own time to do things that will extend the internet to more people, that will improve the quality of internet access to people who already have some form of access. I appreciate you a lot. I would also like to say a big thank you to those that we consider our elders. Elders in terms of age, and some are very young, but they're also elders in terms of how they contribute. They don't come to the forefront, you generally do not see them, but they do support very, very much the activities of the Internet Society Nigeria chapter. We have those who have stayed here, who started the process in 2015, 2016, to bring the Internet Society Nigeria chapter to become an entity that is membership driven with activity from members and not just a handful of people. I will not mention your names individually, but you know yourselves and God knows you. Thank you very, very much. To the membership, I would like to encourage you or encourage us, because now I'm back on the floor of the ISOC Nigeria chapter. I'd like to encourage all of us to take advantage of the opportunities. Now, ISOC provides many advantages. The ecosystem that we have in Nigeria is a rather mature one, and it also provides many opportunities. But we as members need to take advantage of these opportunities to help to improve the state of the internet and internet policy and access in Nigeria. One of the things that I'd like to point to are the ISOC Foundation, or what most of us that are older members would remember as the Beyond the Net grants. Now, every year there's a focus area, and there are opportunities for people to get support. Now, it's not a lot of money, but getting this kind of support reduces the amount of money you need to spend from your pocket to do whatever it is you're passionate about. Now, what we've seen in the past is that members just say, okay, there's this opportunity, then they apply for whatever it is they had in mind. Please take time to look at what the focus is for the year and align your application with that focus. Also, start out your applications early and make sure that you do it properly, because the assessment will be done based on the quality of thoughts that you put into the application. I'd like to, I know we have offline discussed with some corporate entities, but I'd like to publicly now encourage those of us that are senior members, senior executives in corporate organizations. I'd like to encourage us to look at supporting the Internet Society Nigeria chapter, so that the activities are not only based on what the members, individual members and EXCO members can do out of their pockets, or what the ISOC Global chapter can support with, but we can support people to do things that are more local in focus, thinking more about the challenges that we see that may not at this time be visible to the global. At the end of every year, yes, we do put in, we give our comments to say, okay, this is what the state of the internet is like here, and this and that should be done. I'm very happy with the initiatives that have been started regarding capacity building, community networking, which I believe I walked back in to hear the Secretary General give briefs on. Policy and advocacy will continue to remain part of our core focus areas. And regarding the connectivity part, efforts are underway now to take us beyond the limited spectrum that we're using at the moment for community networking deployments, but to move into even doing trials with technologies that we think would help us accomplish more. Right now, we're doing 5.8 gigahertz, 2.4 gigahertz spectrum for the community networking, but it's expensive because you need to use masts, you need to do more complicated installations. But now we're looking at things like TV white spaces and also some fixed wireless access technologies with a few of the well-known internet companies. And we'll be happy to do trials especially in locations that are not the bigger cities. So I think that some people call them tier 2 cities, so that we know that those places, the gaps are there. And then from there, we take the same lessons we've learned from there into the more rural areas. I will let the finance officers give their reports on where we are right now. In a couple of days, the bank statements as well as the audited account to be made public so that you would see what it is we've been able to do with the little that we've had access to over the last 3 years. And also, as part of the report, those projects that were stalled in the middle of execution would also they'll be taken to completion. So the executive is changing hands doesn't mean that the programs or the projects will end. They will be taken to completion so that the initial targets will be reached. So I'll hand over now to the finance officers to give a report on the state of finances and possibly also part of the project. I'll be here. I'd like to congratulate once more everybody that is that's been elected to the exco now. I'd also like to say a big thank you to everyone who was involved enough, interested enough to even run for office, because this is not paid office. You tried to volunteer and make a sacrifice. Now that you were not elected does not mean that you should fall into the background. Please, please continue to do your bits within the working groups, within the general house as well. And when there are things that you see that we can do better, please, please reach out to make a success of the entire chapter. Thank you very much. Handing over now to, I think that would be Buki Fawale or Mary Jane Sule.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, we hear you, Bukola, but somebody has some crickets in there.
Yes, Buki, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, this is just a brief summary of the finance. For the records, my name is Bukola Oronti, the Financial Secretary for the outgoing Executive Council members. So, in just like Dewale said earlier, because right now we have the bank statement for since we opened our bank account since December 2018 to September. So a more recent update will be made available to be shared with the members. But in the meantime, I just want to talk briefly about the funds we've received so far from the ISOC Global, and a more steady income that we do receive from them is the chapter admin, which is yearly, and we use it majorly to run the secretariat, to do admin at the secretariat. And some of the projects that we use the chapter admin for, because before we even get the funds, there are strict rules from the ISOC Global what you can use the funds for. So it's not something you can collect and use on another project. So it has strictly the rules on what guides the use of this admin. And of course, we send report back to them every time before we get the next one. So far, 2017, we were given some funds, because 2017 was actually the time when these executives came on board, and it was in the year. So we got some funds, the sum of $1,903, which was used basically to start up, because actually we're starting from ground zero. So to even have a secretariat to start up from the ground. And then 2018, 2019, which we also got some of $3,000 annually from them to run the secretariat. And of course, with considering the rules guiding the use of these funds. Then in 2018, also, you always said, what we used to call the BTN grants, Beyond the Net grants, which is now known as ISOC Foundation funding or whatever. So the BTN grant that we got for the small BTN, we have two types. We have the small grant and the medium or large grant. The small grant that we got, we use to support, well, I'll say from the ecosystem of internet in Nigeria, we had approved by two other bodies. We have the Digital Sense Roundtable. We part of this BTN small grant for 2018 to support them. Then we had the Nigeria Youth IGF, which was held January last year, 2019. We also set them as Internet Society Nigeria chapter. Then the remaining part of the grant, we also pushed into the Nigeria School of Internet Governance, which was also held last year. Then also the BTN medium stroke large grant, which we collected for 2018, is what we have been using so far with the community network going on in Zaria. Hello?
Yes, Buki, I can
Please,
hear you.
can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Oh, good,
you.
thank you.
Yes, we can.
Oh, good. So far we've been using the BTN medium large grant to support the Zaria community network. Now the project is still ongoing, and so we've not actually exhausted or sent the report back for the grant, the fund that we got on that. So briefly, that is the summary of the funds that we have with us. And of course, the School of Internet Governance, Nigeria School of Internet Governance that was held last year, we advocated for funds from other members of the Nigeria ecosystem, in which NCC supported us, IXPN, Afrinic, Echo Connect, and then Nigeria NGNOG, that's Nigeria Network Operators Group, also supported the school. So in total, we got a fund to run the event, a total of 4,146,701.32 naira, 32 kobo to run the event, and we spent a total of 3,469,840.25 kobo and a balance of 676,861. NIRA supported the Nigeria School of Internet Governance. So in brevity, this is just the financial update, and of course, a more detailed one will be shared with the community after the accounts have been audited and everything has been perfected. Also, Nigeria Internet Governance Forum also supported the NSIG event. Thank you very much.
Just to add, Buki, the ICT forum, the Nigerian ICT forum, they have gave us a space in their office. So that took care of quite a lot of rent that we were supposed to be taking out from chapter admin. The chapter admin is just it's just like an assistance from ISOC. So if we were to pay all the rents and the bills and everything, it may not even have covered it. So I want to also appreciate the ICT forum for the office space and assistance to us.
And just to also point out, let me commit the Nigeria ICT Forum, whether in their presence or in absentia, to continuing to support the Internet Society Nigeria chapter in any way that they can in terms of material and human resources. What some may have wondered is, okay, what's the chapter admin fund for? As Mary Jane is explaining there, for running an office, stationery, web hosting, internet connectivity, and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of that was covered by the Nigeria ICT Forum. So you will find in the reports many many months where the only expenditure is stipends for secretarial support, because the secretariat does keep one person almost full-time to assist with secretarial activities. Thank you, finance officers.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Dewale, Jawo, Buchi, and Daniel Jane for finishing up that particular report. And I believe that also includes the remark by members of the outgoing executive, because pretty much we've all talked, those of us that are still available here. I don't know, maybe Akimbo has something to chip in before we move on to call on the chairman of the electoral committee to present his report. Akimbo?
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, but because of time, I'll pass. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Akimbo. Okay, we'll now call on the chairman of the electoral committee in the person of Akimbalo to come and present the election report and also introduce the incoming chapter leaders. Thank you very much. Mr. Akin, you are on.
Thank you very much, everybody. You are all welcome. An official report has been sent to ESCO at ISOC.ng, but I will quickly go through some key events here. The election committee was inaugurated through mail, sent to us on the 28th of September 2020. We had our first virtual meeting on the 29th of September 2020, and we tried our best to adhere to the timeline given to us up until the time of e-voting platform setup due to the non-availability of the chapter manager. So we had to alter the timetable there. 17 applications were reviewed. Thereafter, we had a week-long voting period in order to allow maximum participations. But we got only 675 responses out of 2,876 invitations. The details and statistics we have sent out with the election results. We did the internal transition on the 7th of November 2020, with the electoral committee finally handed the new ESCOs to the outgoing ESCO, where we encourage a proper handshake between the old and the new ESCO members. So I'm glad to introduce the new set of leaders of the ISOC Nigerian chapter to you all. As I mentioned their names, it will be proper for you to enable your video for the audience to see you. I will start from the president-elect, Caleb Muyiwa Ogundele. And then we have Olorundare Kunle as the vice president-elect. We have Akimbo Adebumi as the secretary general-elect. We have Bukola Oroti as the treasurer-elect, Chinwe Ogbuja as the program secretary-elect, and Priscilla Igba as the financial secretary. And the last, but not the least, is Bola Ahmed Tijani as the PRO-elect. I'd like to thank my team, the ECOM 2020, for the maximum cooperation I enjoy from you all. Even though the outgoing president did not make mention of you, but I want to say a big thank you to all of you for your selfless service towards
my sincere apologies to the ECOM.
I want to say
thank you very much.
I want to say I thank you very much. And I'd like to thank the outgoing ESCOs for the privilege given to us to undertake this mandate. I want to say a big thank you to ISOC Nigerian chapter for the confidence reposed in us. Thank you all, and God bless you all. That is all from me here for now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akin Akinbaloye. That was very brief, and that's much appreciated. The next thing that we're going to do is we'll be expecting our executive president and the president of Mr. Caleb Ogundele. Mr. President, sir, if you're ready, we are ready to listen. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's still morning. Thank you so much for being part of this meeting. But before I go on, okay, I think the first procedure first is to say that to accept the responsibility. So on behalf of myself and the other executive members, we'd like to say that we appreciate everyone and that we accept the full responsibility that you have all given to us to steer the course of the chapter for the next 3 years. We do not take this very lightly, and we see it as something that is very important to the growth of our internet community in Nigeria. So thank you very much for the great confidence that you've reposed in us to deliver the mandate that you have always wanted us to deliver. So on that note, I've finished my acceptance, but quickly before I wrap up, since I have a couple of minutes, I'd like to first of all appreciate the outgoing ESCO, but my special thanks is to no other person than to Dewale, whom I've actually said that to on a personal note, and also here in public, sorry, at some other public fora, but I'd like to say that here in public, to thank Dewale specifically. Thank you so much for all the mentoring sessions that you've had with me in time past. Thank you for the opportunities that you've given to all of us to grow. This is something I do not take lightly as a person. I've had the opportunity to learn so much from you. Every time I have to run to you to ask for advice and ask you for your opinion, what you think before I take certain action as the outgoing program secretary, you've made that happen a lot. You've been the guy running the entire show while I just be a little bit of the face while sending those emails. Thank you so much for all of that. To the vice president, thank you so much for your hard work behind the scene to support our president. To the outgoing SecGen, Alaji Awal Tata, words enough cannot push across all the expression of appreciation that I have in my heart. You have been that big brother that I always run to. Thank you so much. You have given me your support every now and then when there are things that I need to clear. when there are things that I need to run through to the president. And you've always been that backbone that I've always looked out to speak to all the time. Not in any specific order, I'd like to thank our treasurer, our main treasurer, Auntie MJ. Thank you so much. You've been that strong backbone all the time. When an initiative or support is needed within the ESCO to push anything through, you've always been there to give all the support. Yourself and Buki, you've always done all of that. To Buki, thank you so much. I do not take all those advice that you give for granted. They are always very, very, very important every time one needs them to do anything. Thank you so much for all the advice and all the time that you put in so much hard work during when you're carrying out your responsibility. Now, to Akimbo, Otumba Akimbo, thank you so much for the hard work you've done on our publicity. You've done great work, and words enough cannot express how you've done a lot of advocacy work for the Internet Society. So thank you for all that you've done. But most importantly, I know that this has been mentioned in time past, but I like to also let that come specifically from myself and the incoming ESCOs. We'd like to thank specifically our elders. Thank you so much for the great work that you've done to make sure that we've come towards this, we've come to this journey and make things work out very well. More importantly, just to wrap up, I would like to thank our stakeholders engagement manager and quite a number of other persons that has helped us. And while the incoming secretary is going to give us an outlook of what we are going to be expecting in the coming years, I'd like to just ask for your understanding. We will make mistakes, but we always run back to you to help us so that we can have a better tenure. Learn to forgive us in advance and both in areas, and we seek more collaboration from everyone. So on that note, thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you very much. That was the speech by the executive president of ISOC, and also other very emotional talk that he has given. We really appreciate that. Without wasting much time, we have realized that we're actually working against time. Let me call on Adebumi Akimbo, who is the incoming Secretary General, to give us the focus for 2020 and stroke 2021 probably. So Adebumi Akimbo, you're on.
Thank you very much. President, incoming President, could you put up my slide? I have a slide and I'll be speaking to the slide, and I'm glancing through to make it in time for us to move on to the next thing on the agenda. On that note, I wish to appreciate the outgone executives for all that they have done. We have come a long way, and like my predecessors have said, we have done very well together. As we move on to another phase, we call upon members of the Internet Society Nigerian chapter to be ever available so that we can move as one. So while the president is putting up my slide, I'll quickly run through it. ISOC Nigerian Chapter Action Plan 2021, the power of the internet to better lives, community cooperation. So that's our focus, the power of the internet to better lives, community cooperation. On community focus, we will be looking at how to better, second slide, Mr. President. Thank you, sir. We'll be looking at how to improve projects and collaboration, build general awareness about the projects and how they link to a bigger and stronger internet, involve youth and local community to drive innovation, creativity, and sustainability, promote and market projects to broader audience beyond ISOC, collaborate with more partners from private government and civil society sectors like our predecessors, deliver training and education to build capacity that has been initiated within the last few months and will soon be in full gear, considering the fact that ISOC Global has created a platform for such training and education and capacity building. We'll secure funding from diverse funding sources. Next slide. Also, we'll be looking at our chapter focus. Our chapter focus are in 8 different points. And these points, in the last few months, some of us have undergone those training, and more, according to our submission at ISOC Global, more members should be involved in ensuring that they pass through any of this training of their choice. Community network, internet ways of working, infrastructure and community development, open standard everywhere, measuring the internet, encryption, mutually agreed norms for routing security, and time security. In the course of time, you will discover that more than 1 or 2 of those courses are interrelated and can actually be merged together to further empower every member. Next slide, sir. Okay, so community, our annual calls are as follows. Community, we'll be having 2 community calls, the AGM and the global platform call, where the community connects and listens to development in the internet society. Fellowship, which has been created by the last ESCO, the first of its kind for Nigeria, and we hope that it continues as the Nigerian School of Internet Governance. There'll be a call next year for one. Hopefully COVID-19 would have been lowered to a barest minimum for us to ensure that this fellowship comes to fore. And then community call, that's the chapter turn. Fortunately, we are always having a deck of members sending in the right project or proposal to ensure that we have a chapter turn success. But we hope to improve upon that. So this slide, if you look at it very well, you'll see 2 things: active member, or if you choose the other one, that means you won't be seen in the picture, and we would want all our members to be active. Next slide. Our executive roles are to do the following. We will advocate, we will develop local network contacts to support the implementation, scale up with the project, and we'll do every other thing that is necessary to promote training and capacity building. Next slide. We also expect those active members to do this following thing. And I'm going to read, I will have to read this very quickly. Participate in training and share learning with peers and community, advocate and spread the word, volunteer to run and participate in local projects, contribute to research and documentation, speak at any internet society or related events, attend the internet society event and share the learning with peers and your community. If possible, do a step down of such training. And finally, donate funds where applicable. Next slide. Meet your executives. Okay, sorry. Okay, so my last slide before the executive slide is our organizational members. We have found out that we have organizational members in ISOC, ICT Local is here, Nigerian Internet Registration Association is here, ISPON, just to mention a few, CPN, just to mention a few. So these are going to be their role. So if you fall in within those scope, and even if you are a member of NCC, which covers the other sector, these are your roles. They are almost as the same, except for number 2, which says support the project financially or in kind. We were fortunate that the last ESCO has gained more than 1 space in Abuja for capacity training. We will intend to use that space in the coming months. Finally, my last slide, as your secretary, incoming secretary general to be, I hope to do my best to ensure that we meet our aims and objectives and also our campaign promises, because together we can achieve more. Thank you. Ogatata, over to you.
The next item we have is supposed to be a remark by the special guest from the Internet Society staff, who is Victor Andona. He has already delivered that in the beginning. It's actually very, very early where he is because of time difference. So we'll now move on to remark by a veteran of the Nigerian internet ecosystem, 5 minutes. Let me scan through here. Let's see who we're going to call on. We have our father here. Uncle Yosef, please, can you do this for us? You know we can call you impromptu anytime. We are sorry about that, but we know you can do it. That's the reason why we are calling on you. So Uncle Yosef, please do us a favor and do this for us. You're very welcome, Uncle Yosef. We can see you, but I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, great. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Always pleasant to hear this voice.
So you can hear me now?
Oh, sir.
All right. So let me start by congratulating the new executives led by our very dear Caleb Ogundele. I also want to congratulate the outgoing executives led by Dewole Ajao, and of course the election committee for doing a very good job to usher in the transition. It's heartwarming to listen to the reports of the outgone executives, because now the new executive has taken off. We've had the plans, what they plan to do and how they will do it. What we all need to do now is to rally around the executives, because, ladies and gentlemen, things are going to get tougher. I am sure you have heard about the proposed censorship of the internet. And make no mistake about it, the internet will be censored. Your voices will be stifled. It's a rite of passage for us to move from a closed society to a more open society. Quite a lot of us will be prosecuted. A lot of us will go to jail. A lot of us will be shaken. But I am not trying to be a prophet of doom. I'm only trying to let us know that we have a responsibility even to the unborn children of Nigeria to ensure that that which has been given to us by virtue of internet connectivity, free and open communication does not go to waste. It's not going to be here I am, send my brother. It will have to be here I am, send me. A lot of us will need to spend money. A lot of us will need to spend time. A lot of us will need to spend resources. But permit me to sound a very strong warning. We cannot afford to fight ourselves. We cannot afford to strive over what is not. We cannot afford to look back to where we are coming from and not where we are going. My belief is that where there is the will, there will always be a way. And we all should work to defend what our past leaders have worked to uphold and have handed over to us. I wish each and every one of us success, and much more these executives good tenure as they try to lead us forward. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Sunday Folayon, who popularly called Uncle Esef. That was a fatherly advice. I believe all of us have taken that to heart, and we have a firm resolve to see that we make sure that ISOC and, of course, all organizations that are promoting internet does not go into oblivion. Now, the next, without wasting much time, is we have remarks from members. I think because of time, I will give chance to just 2 people, 1 male and 1 female, just to be gender sensitive. So please, let's have a raise of hands if you want to say 1 or 2 things for the executive. So we have Olufumi Olaosun. Please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, everyone. Good
afternoon. Tell us who you are and where you're calling from, so that.
Okay, so I'm Olufumi Olaosun. I'm calling from Lagos, Nigeria. First, I want to say congratulations to the new ESCOs, and of course, congratulations as well to the outgoing ESCOs. Well done on the great job. Now, I'm quite glad I participated in this meeting because I had been looking for an opportunity where I could actually interact with other members of the society, because although I've joined for quite some time, I've literally been inactive because I've not been quite sure how to go about it. So I'm looking forward to the new administration, and I'm looking forward to the activities they are going to embark on. And I hope, in a sense, because the chairman of the electoral committee said something. He said, although we have over 2,000 members, only 600 people responded. And I think that says a lot. So I look forward to activities that would help bring some form of cohesion and get more people involved. At least for people to join, they actually are interested in doing something. But for someone like me, I just want to know what exactly am I supposed to be doing and how to go about it, which was why I was asking for the contact addresses of the ESCOs. So I look forward to the future with the new set of executives, and I look forward to working with them, everybody. So thank you so much. Congratulations once again.
Very much. Thank you very much, Olufumi Olaosun. So you can see the ladies have actually set the trend, and she has given us a very, very good advice. And at the same time, also, the PRO, I hope the new PRO, I hope is listening. That's a job, that's the first job that you now have, to enlighten people like Olufumi on how to be able to participate actively in ISOC activities. So let me see whether we have another raise of hand from a male, preferably now. Okay, so now, okay, that's all right. We move to the next item of the agenda, which is closing remarks by the incoming executive, and closing remark and a vote of thanks at the same time.
I raised my hand.
So, oh, sorry, I didn't see that. I didn't see that too. Sorry, who is that?
Yeah, this is
Temidayo.
This is Temidayo.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Azan. Yeah, I just want to congratulate the ESCOs. And again, I want to tell them that they have a lot of tasks ahead. I've seen a lot of Buki Oronti and Caleb Ogundele. So, but my advice is that they should keep up their hardworking and vision for the team, for the body. I want them, as Bumi just said, that the PRO should work to get more people involved. But you know, I'm saying this in the sense that I will have said so much, but I noticed there have been 1 or 2 programs that Buki Orienti was there and Caleb. So what I just want to say is that we want more of that this tenure, and we want more people to be involved. Like the community project they talk about, we want it to come to reality. And I believe with all this, their effort and their plans, they should make sure it comes to reality so that we can make a greater Nigeria. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Mr. Temidayo Oyeni. And that brings us to the end of this remark. And the next thing that we're going to have will be the vote of thanks by somebody from the incoming executive.
Please, I've been trying to say something.
Oh.
Just very briefly.
Okay, please, 30 seconds.
Yeah, sorry I joined a little bit late because I had a meeting by 11. My name is Joshua Corey, and to some extent, I'm very new to ISOC Nigeria. Not because I just joined, but because I feel there is a kind of disconnect for those of us. So I would want to use this platform to appeal. Can we please create like a WhatsApp group? Or if there is one or existing already, if you can, please include people like us so that we can get real-time information as they come, please. I think that will help create more bonding, more synergy, more networking, more collaboration. And I want to congratulate the new ESCOs and want to wish them a very successful and fruitful tenure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Joshua. I'm happy to tell you that we actually have a social media platform on Telegram that members are actually very active on. We do a lot of collaboration, advocacy, and what have you there. By my last count, I think we are almost 500 there in the Telegram group, and of course, that is actually quite small compared to the number of people that we have as registered members of ISOC. But then that's still notwithstanding, we collaborate on that particular Telegram platform. So you avail yourself with that opportunity, join up Telegram and try to join up the discussion. And I believe the new executive are actually there. So it means that there are members that don't even know the existence of our social media platform. So you need to check that up so that at least all members get to know that there's actually a platform for us to collaborate and advocate and share ideas. Thank you very much. And I'm still calling on the member.
Please, can you share the link to the Telegraph?
Okay. Akimbo, can you help us do that? Akimbo,
yeah, if you check the chat room, we have already shared the Telegram link, which is t.me/ISOCNG chapter. And for those of us who may be finding it difficult to register properly, go to our Instagram and there is a tutorial picture by picture, slide by slide on how to be properly registered and get information should you need one. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll now call on the Vice President, Engineer Kunle Olorundare, to come and give us a vote of thanks and also give us a closing remark. So Engineer Kunle, you're up.
All right, thank you very much, my outgone secretary. All protocols duly observed. Without wasting much time, I will go straight to the work that has been given to me. So I want to thank all those that have participated in this program, that is the handover program that we just experienced now, and at the same time, the E-AGM, which of course I want to say it's a great success. So without a mincing word, I want to appreciate the elders who have tried in the time past to, ensure that ISOC NG is, brought to a very good, enviable pedestal. And right now, we have gotten to a pedestal where everybody is now coming on board to participate. And as a matter of fact, I think I was impressed when I heard the last speaker talked about how you can actually participate in some of the things we are doing. That is to show that the last executive, they have actually done very well. And of course, now that the awareness has increased, we now know that there is so much work for us to do. And we really appreciate that so much. That is talking about the outgone executives led by Dewole. They've tried so much and we appreciate them. And without wasting time too, I want to thank all the members that took off time from their normal routine to come for this E-AGM. and of course the handover ceremony. I know that it is a great sacrifice on your part to leave your normal routine to participate in this program. And as a matter of fact, we all know that we are actually doing a volunteering work. And I believe that the vision that we all share together will definitely be achieved. And now to my teammates, I call them teammates because I believe that we'll be working together. That is the new ESCO, my president, Caleb, and the other member of the ESCO. I want to appreciate you too. And I know that we've had a couple of team bonding, not quite too long. And I really appreciate that. And of course, I can see that the team spirit has already started to grow. And the only thing I want to encourage us on is to continue the team spirit. And I believe that what the community, that is ISOC NG community, is looking onto from us, they will definitely get it. And well, I think I have to round it up by saying that it is time to work. And I promise on behalf of the new ESCO that we will not fail you. Long live ISOC Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, our president, our vice president, Engineer Kunle Olorundare, and that's very appreciated. So this brings us to the end of the program, but then don't remember we have our open interaction, so you can still interact, play. I think it's high time ISOC NG gets the theme song so that we can be playing this theme song in the background when it's time for this open interaction. So like probably something the new ESCO will start working on so that it doesn't look as if our open interaction is going to be very, very nerdy. So thank you very much. Everybody's appreciated, and we look forward.
Mr. Secretary, sir, can we have access to that slide? Outgoing Secretary, sir. Can I have the floor?
Go ahead, go ahead. It's open interaction. It's open interaction. No rules.
Please switch on your camera so that we can quickly take pictures. Mr. Tata, go ahead.
Okay. Fine. Let's quickly do that. Okay. So.
Tata, can you remove your screen that you're sharing, please? Remove your share screen.
No, I'm not sharing the screen. It's Caleb that's sharing. Let me just remove the screen sharing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm the only one with my camera on. So let everybody put on his camera.
My camera is on too.
It's dark. You have
it's dark? Wow.
Dark.
Okay, let me adjust my position.
Camera too.
Have your face now. Come, we won't see your face.
Akimbo, I'm not seeing your face.
Oh, okay.
I can only see my face. Every other person.
Can you see my face now?
But anyone can do it. Mariam, thank you.
Okay. Tata, we can't see your face. Will you use powder?
I'm not as black as you.
So that it will be lighter, right?
Lawrence Olawale Robot, remove this face mask now. We can't corrode you now. Lawrence, better. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, Beji.
Presido, what did I do, sir?
Your background is like you are wearing camouflage. Okay. Have you joined the military?
Was that the reason why he was telling us we should be aware of what will come in future?
I am using some image processing techniques to morph my.
No wonder.
So if they come, they would get the wrong person. So you can see that, I can't be.
Akimbo, so are you able to capture the pictures?
Almost done, please.
So everybody had a smile and thumbs up.
I can't find you.
Akimbo, can I take my leave?
Almost.
Not yet, sir.
No, not yet. Not yet. Our PRO, please switch on your screen. We can't see you.
Chinwe, remove your mask now. Chinwe, who you offend? Eh?
If you see the jump, jump.
Rashida, good afternoon. How are you, Rashida?
Good afternoon.
I greet you.
Thank you, sir.
See Madam Rashida looking like she's our minister of.
Yes, now we came for
Rashida looks like the Honorable Minister for Palliatives.
Somebody's not asking for the warehouse.
Yes, the warehouse.
I hope somebody's not asking for the warehouse.
Good afternoon, RSF, sir.
Madam Abibat, I am on the floor, man. I remain loyal to your government.
Thank you for your support always, sir.
God bless you, man.
Amen,
Somebody should help me greet Chinwe. Let me greet Chinwe, who is
it's
next
nice meeting all the family.
Akibo, have you not finished?
I'm done.
Mr. Akibo, I hope you capture me.
Of course, you have not yet captured me.
Bukola, how now? So close yet very far.
You have not yet captured me. I've captured you. No, I'm here.
PRO, good afternoon. Our new PRO, Mr. Ahmed.
The new PRO.
Good afternoon.
I think we can take our leave now.
Everybody.
New image maker in town.
So thank you very much.
Good afternoon.
Mr.
Good
Akibo,
afternoon,
take
sir.
picture
I
first.
remain loyal, sir.
No, I'm the one that
Long live our elder. Yes.
All right.
Sir, I'm here, sir.
You are still loyal like that?
Very, very loyal.
Are you still loyal?
100%.
I will catch you.
Should I say 101%, sir?
I will catch you. Keep dodging me. I will catch you. Yes, sir. I'm at your service, sir.
Mr. Electoral Commission, when are we destroying the ballot boxes?
We have destroyed it,
Go and help Trump. Trump has not accepted.
Sir, it's a daydream. Anybody is free to daydream. Anybody is free to daydream.
The guy wants to go
to. Thank you all, and you have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sir. Bye, sir.
Cheers.
We appreciate you, sir.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Presido, how are you, sir?
I'm here, sir.
I can see you, sir. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Caleb, I hear you.
I raise my hand for up.
Well done, sir.
Do you have the address of the
Palliative?
palliative?
No, they don't take the one we have for here.